Welcome to today's video, and it's going to be a very special one, especially if you own a Miata and you want to get into the drifting scene. I'm going to be doing two major mods to the Miata to show you guys how simple and easy it is to set these things up for drifting, but these two things are the most important thing that you need to install on your car if you want to get into drifting. A lot of people talk about you need a turbo, you need power adders and things like that, or sufficient cooling and stuff like that before you can get into drifting. Yes, those things are great to have. More power is good. It saves you in certain situations. You can put on the throttle. It's easier to drift and drive with more power, but that is not what I recommend, and that is not where you should start off. The first two products that you need to start off, and this is really like, I guess this could be taken out of the Drift Bible for any single car. First of all, coilovers. Now, I went with a set of BC Racing coilovers. You don't need to go crazy baller off the bat, but I didn't just go for standard BC BRs. I went for their DS series. If you want to look up the difference, there's massive thing, but they're valved differently, longer stroke and things like that, and they're really good in handling in corners. So we're putting a baller set of coilovers on. Now, you can go for something a little bit cheaper, but try not to go super cheap on coilovers. I know if you're on a budget and you don't really care, sure, why not? But I really recommend getting yourself a mid-range set. At least spend around the $600 mark will get you a nice set of coilovers that'll make your car handle great. That aside, you need angle mods. Now, my buddy Dustin at Fab Lab sent me a little care package for the giveaway Miata. And I love that they're pink as well, because that's totally my color. And he sent me a new set of his modded knuckles. Now, I have to say, these are like the best wrap, like packaging I've ever seen knuckles ever get delivered to me with. So kudos to you, Dustin, for getting these things packaged amazing, like no paint chips whatsoever. And just to show you guys, like I want to show you in detail how good these are. Look at those welds. It's not just like one bead across. He's like jumped on it multiple times. And if you check out his Instagram, which I'll throw on the screen, you'll see the process. He shows a lot of clips of him making these. And one other thing is, they don't break the bank. So many angle kits out there for cars like in the thousands, but these are only like $200 and something, and you can get a $70 refund when you send your old ones back to him. Nice letter from him that just explains that, you know, you should be running extended brake lines and a bunch of other stuff. And then he also talks about here, look at this, have a $70 refundable core charge. So you can get $70 back when you send your old ones back. So we'll be sending our old ones back to him. We got a 6 sticker, and these look amazing. Literally, the welds look incredible. I'm pretty sure that's TIGged, not MIGged. It looks epic. So we're going to be putting these on today, and the best thing about Miatas is normally with a lot of modded knuckles you don't need to change tie rod ends and things like that. Now you can, and obviously to get the best performance out of short and drop knuckles is you want to extend your lower control arm. But we're not going to be doing that today, because this isn't about going crazy, getting absolutely maximum angle from the get-go. We just want some angle, good handling, enough to get you started and enjoy drifting. All right. Time to have a look at these BCs. Whew, packaged well as well. Hell yeah, they look good. Damn, son. High performance shock absorber. These look really nice. Before I say anything else, I do want to say a massive thank you to Adam LZ for hooking me up with a really good deal on these. If you guys don't know, he is actually one of the biggest resellers and dealers for BC Racing, and he helped me spec these perfectly for what I wanted and how to set up the car. So definitely, if you guys are after some BCs, head to Adam's merch store. I think it's LZMFG. And you can get yourself a set. You can email them, tell them about your car, and they'll help you spec them out perfectly and get them valved to how you want them to be. That aside, let's start putting these on the car. My assistant Alex here, who also has a YouTube channel, which I'll put in the description, he's going to help us install these today, because how many coilover installs have you done on Miatas?
Quite a few.
Quite a few. Yeah. Let's do it then. Smash it out. Let's see how we can go. I should probably set up a timer, but I'm pretty sure we can get this done in at least 20 minutes. Well, no, we're doing front knuckles at the same time.
Yeah, but also usually the front gives you a little bit of trouble, because sometimes it doesn't want to come out with stock arms.
Oh, okay, fair enough then. All right, well, we're going to smash this out and get it done as quickly as possible, but also as safe as possible. That's very important.
True.
First thing we got to do is take off these beautiful Koenig wheels on some epic Valino tires. There we go. So looking at the front here, I'm going to quickly show you what we're going to do to remove the old strut and well, suspension piece here. You can see there's lowered springs in this. It's very straightforward to undo the bolts for this, but it can be a little bit involved to pull this out. You may need to undo your sway bar and some of these control arms to get enough for this whole assembly to drop down for then you to be able to squeeze that out. But essentially the strut and everything is held in by 2 bolts up the top, and then just 1 bolt here in the control arm, lower control arm. So because we're doing front knuckles as well today, we need to disassemble pretty much this whole entire thing and take the hub off, which means we got to take the calipers off, the rotors off, we got to take the big bolt out from in here on the hub, slide the bearing off, then we've got a bolt here on the top control arm, a bolt here on the bottom control arm, and then we switch the knuckle in, obviously the tie rod end as well. So we need to get all of that off, switch those on, and do it. The fronts are going to be the hardest today because we're doing the knuckles at the same time. The rears, super easy. These ones are probably easier than ever. 1 bolt there, and then 2 bolts on the inside there as well, and that's it. Quick pro tip before you start wrenching on anything, spray over everything with some WD-40, even if you're not touching those bolts right away, but if you know you're going to be about to be, definitely spray over everything to get that penetrating fluid and oil in there. It'll really help you get off some nasty bolts that haven't been budged in many years. So I nearly forgot to show you guys stock angles. So I've just quickly put everything back on so I can show you where the factory knuckles land us. So here's this piece of tape that I'm going to try and keep centered in the camera when we go and do this. But you can see if we look straight up from the fender, that's where we're at when we're turned all the way in. And now what I'm going to do is turn it all the way out like that, and you can see here, once again, we hold that there, that's where we are sitting. You can see here is kind of the point. Now when we add these knuckles, you're gonna see this come out a lot more because this part here where the tie rod connects is actually moved closer inwards. And what that then means is this is now here, and as that's at full lock, it pushes this further out. And the same when it sucks it in and pulls it in, it'll push it in more. So on this side, all I've got left to do, oh, that came off easy. We got that off. So I'm pretty much gonna clean these up a little bit, and just because, you know, I don't wanna be mean to Dustin and give him dirty knuckles, so we'll clean those, pressure wash them, probably put them in the parts cleaner, and then I'll be shipping those back to him. But, yo, you're already killing it over here, man.
Sure.
Man, you're ahead of me. I haven't even gotten that bolt out of the bottom shock yet.
17 and 17.
Yeah, so just take your time with this, guys. No need to rush. But I'm gonna get in here now, some brake cleaner, clean some stuff up. One other very important thing I wanna mention at the start of the video, because I know a lot of people will probably click off, you have to get an alignment after doing this, all right? Do not skimp out on that. Alignment, important, okay? So I'm not sure if the camera can see all of this, but we're ready to take this out. You do need to disconnect your sway bar to get the lower control arm further enough down. And then essentially you should be able to push your upper control arm down. This can just come out like so.
Just like that.
Just like that. Now if anyone wants these OEM shocks, they got pretty good bushings in them. And what lowering springs were these?
I don't know. I didn't take a look at them.
I don't know, but they look pretty good. If anyone wants any of these, please DM me on Instagram. You can have the full set for what, 50 bucks sound fair? Is that too cheap?
Maybe a little too cheap.
Maybe a little too cheap?
I mean, it's up to you.
50 bucks, guys, come grab them. And they're yours, and you can make your Miata look as nice as low as what this was with these. Anyway, that aside, time to get this place all cleaned up in here. Put some coilovers and new knuckles in.
Yes, sir.
And bam, look at that. Some nice DS's already bolted in the front on my side. And where are you up to, Alex? Are you ahead of me?
I'm jumping a little bit.
Damn, man, slow down. You getting to play with pink bits before me? Far out. So, I just finished like brake cleaning everything. You can kind of see the puddle on the ground, and just cleaned up everything to try and make it less gross so I don't dirty this beautiful pink knuckle. And there it goes. Now, obviously you want to make sure you use your cottering pins. I think that's how you call them, or just locking pins, because they do get messed up when you take them out. You're not supposed to reuse them. And yeah, the other thing is make sure you lube up this shaft for your hub to go back on. I do recommend trying to clean everything you can when you're down here, because you don't really get that opportunity much. But yeah, gonna bolt these in, and then I'm gonna show you guys the difference. We've still got the fender on here. It hasn't moved with the tape and the line and everything, so you can really see just how much we're gonna gain out of this. So I've finished installing the knuckles on my side and it's finally time to show you guys the difference. So let's have it up here and go all the way in. Okay, yeah, that's a pretty decent difference. Now all the way out. Yo, that's decent. So now this is probably what I would say stage 1 of angle. We've just thrown knuckles on, we haven't changed anything else. To take full advantage and get the maximum angle that you want to get out of these knuckles, what you need are extended lower control arms. You're probably going to need extensions for your power steering rack, just a spacer on one side at least to, you know, extend the throw. And then the other thing is you need to probably, the extended lower control arms are going to stop this wheel from rubbing in the back there. Right now it's rubbing in the back, but that's easy to fix with either a spacer or extended lower control arms. Once again, bit of camber, and there's a few other things that you can do to get like maximum angle out of this. But for now, this is perfect for stage 1 and for anyone wanting to get into drifting. This is perfect for your Miata if that's what you want to do. If you want to set your Miata up for drifting and get into the sport, this is where you want to be. Just look at it from this angle. How sick is that? That's so good.
I can tell
just by looking at the knuckle, right? It's a huge difference, right? Yeah. I wonder what the Ackerman's like. And like just like you can also play around with car stuff for self-steering, you know, add a bit of toe and stuff like that to make things a bit better. Obviously just like looking at this, it's a huge difference and it gives you that amount of angle that you need for safety. The other thing I want to say is like having it up in the air like this is not actually a true representation of maximum angle. It will go further when it's under load and weight. So right now, this is just us pushing it off the hoist with no weight, no load whatsoever. So it gives you a fair idea, but it'll actually even go a little bit further under weight and load. So it's pretty sick. What do you think? Dude, have a look at this side.
It's definitely worth the money.
It's honestly kind of crazy. Just look at this.
I know.
Isn't that insane?
Yeah.
Jeez. We are ready to grease up the shaft. Is that what it's called?
You call it shaft, yeah.
Now,
for sure.
I'm sure there's a lot of different ways to do this, but I'm just way too excited to get this done, so this is what we're doing. Oh, I instantly regret that.
Oh my god. That looks like a little candy, huh?
Oh
yeah. Oh yeah. It's a good thing. It's definitely a good thing you bought.
Come here, Alex.
No. It's definitely a good thing you bought your own can of grease. Yeah.
Grease, yeah. Oh man. Oh, that's everywhere. I'm sorry, Dustin. I covered your knuckles in lube, okay?
Hey, easy in and out, you know what I'm saying?
Alright, calm down there, buddy. In-N-Out makes some pretty good food though.
I have never had it.
You what?
Never had In-N-Out.
You're an American boy and you don't know about In-N-Out?
Well, I know about it, but I've never had it.
Wait, is that only like a northern or a southern thing?
In-N-Out, I'm pretty sure it's just in California.
Oh, really?
I think so.
Oh, well, people in the comment section, please clarify for me.
Yeah, it's either...
I swear I had it in Georgia once.
Probably over there, but I don't...
maybe that was White Castle. Ooh, that's probably sacrilegious to get those things mixed up.
Some people are gonna hate you now.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Either way, it makes you fart really bad.
No, of course. I mean, I like White Castle a lot. So, but yeah.
Not a good idea.
Hey, full sends, and you were just happy, so.
Yeah, that's true. Doesn't even look like I took a dent out of this thing, man. It's full of grease.
Nope.
All right, we're done here. We're gonna put the hub on this side.
Yes, sir.
And get this side all buttoned up. Now, quickly, we take the dust shields off because it just interferes with angle. Brake lines can rub against them and a whole bunch of stuff. So when you're doing angle mods, it's generally a good idea.
And then for future, if the winner wants to buy bigger brakes, yeah, perfect.
Like dust shields are fine in a factory application, but it's just a safe thing to take off. And all it's going to do is it's fine. It's just a bit more dust is going to get on your wheels, but that's okay because we got the nice bronze Koenig ones, and brake dust isn't going to show really bad on that. So yeah, I'm kind of clean enough now to slide this off. Never again, guys. So it's now time for the rear. I've already done my side, so Alex is slipping in his now. Now, to get these in, you do have to put pressure to push down the lower control arm to then slip them in, as well as pulling the old ones out. But it's relatively easy. It's literally two nuts and one bolt in the rear. You don't have to mess around with anything else. It's super easy. So you got the bottom one in there?
Pretty much.
All right, I'm gonna put my foot on the caliper here to push down a bit.
A little bit more.
A little bit more?
There you go.
My skinny butt's not enough for you.
No, you're good now.
Are we good now? All right, we got that lined up. Now, because we got that in there, it's not gonna go up without the jack.
Yep.
So, put the light down there. And while Alex lines up the holes, I'm gonna go under here and jack the lower control arm up. And we should be good. Now, obviously, for a baseline, we haven't exactly, like we've tried to get all the coilovers the same height, but we're not going for super low, we're going for super practical, function over form.
Go down a little bit?
Go down a little bit. All right, there we go. Now it's in the hole. All right, so now we got that there. Grab these two little nuts right here.
You got the new ones?
These little guys.
Yep.
Now, this is where it's kind of difficult because it's in on the
spider webs back there, so.
The spider webs? Yay, my homeboy's hanging out.
Hope you're not scared like
all the
Chris.
way from Australia. Chris is scared of spiders?
Yeah.
Man, what kind of man is that?
Chris Rudman.
I guess not all of you guys. You're probably scared of spiders too, right?
I don't really mind for that.
Oh, you don't mind?
If they're crawling on me, I'll kill them instantly. But if they're there, they're there.
You guys wouldn't do too well in Australia. One other thing you need to make sure during installation is you want to flex to everyone that you got the best of the best. So make sure the logo is always facing out. So when your mechanic or your friend helps you and takes your wheel off, they just see that nice shiny BC Racing DS series there. So we've got all the wheels on right now, and it's the moment of truth to see how slammed this thing's gonna look. I don't think it's gonna actually be too slammed because I know with coilovers they don't like sink down as much as what the conventional type do. So I think we're still gonna have wheel gap front and rear, but let's find out. Alex doesn't want wheel gap, so let's see. Will the hoist be able to come off the car?
No. Hey, you got a back camera.
Hell yeah!
How much you raise the rear?
Yo, that's perfect! Dude, we're actually higher than what they were before.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you actually.
Look, the fact that the hoist can come out. Hell yeah, dude. I nailed it. I actually nailed it.
Need some more low.
So I measured these obviously, but I knew that obviously these compress a lot under weight, like I was just saying before. So I took like 1 inch difference, 1 inch shorter is what I went with. And I knew that these would probably take a little bit more. 2-finger gap is functional. All right? 2-finger. I know you want credit card fitment, boy. You don't even want a card fitment.
No, I just want at least a little, like one
2-finger.
Because for me, it's two big sausages in there.
2 big sausages?
Ow!
Sorry, did I just crush your finger? My bad. Do you want me to kiss it better? No, okay, that's cringe. No, honestly, like, yeah, we can tidy this up a lot, but I want to wait till we get the front fenders on and stuff like that. And once I dial in the suspension, like, you know, feel like the dampening settings. Because this is a 50-50 weight distribution car, it's not going to be set up like what I would set up my Skyline or Air chassis. Soft, super soft in the rear, firm in the front. I imagine things are going to probably end up being, you know, firm everywhere, just a little less firm in the rear probably, because now we've got the added weight of the turbo kit and stuff like that. But we'll experiment with it when we get a private test day to test this thing out and make sure everything's all good. But for now, we did 2 massive things today: coilovers and angle mods, which was those knuckles from Fab Lab. So massive thank you to Dustin. If any of you guys are after a beautiful set of these knuckles there.
If only Dustin did S14 ones up behind him.
I think he does.
Does he?
Yeah, I think we need to DM him.
Hey.
Hell yeah. So yeah, if any of you guys are after a set of knuckles for your Miata, I highly recommend these. There's a lot of potential in them, especially like I said, if you get the extended lower control arms, you can get rack spaces, extended brake lines, and then these things are gonna get you some baller angle. So that's pretty sick, honestly. A little bit of positive camber right now. That's all right, we'll fix that when we get this thing aligned, because that is important, guys. Alignment, very important. So I think that's it.
Yeah.
Simple drift mods. This thing is literally ready for drifting now. Just 2 bolt-on mods. Knuckles and coilovers. What did I forget?
The diff. You're still open boy.
No, I'm not open. I'm viscous.
Oh, well.
Viscous you can still have fun with.
Yeah,
But we are going to be getting a diff situated. So for now, these are the main things that you need. I would definitely say your third step is somehow you need a lock diff. But as long as you got a viscous LSD, you should be fine there. So I've just parked the Miata away for the night, and I think this is where we're going to leave it. And like I said, guys, you need alignment on these bad boys when you do angle mods, because I don't know if you can tell, but that wheel's straight. That one's a little bit to the left, so definitely make sure you always go get an alignment done. Or if you know you're self-educated and you know what you're doing with alignment stuff, then by all means get some toe plates out and smash it out, but you should still take it to a proper place and get it all aligned. And with that, I'm gonna wrap up today's video. Really hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, super simple 2 bolt-on mods to make your car drift ready. I mean, there's definitely some other things that you should be looking at getting, like a hydro or an e-brake, making sure your e-brake's got the right shoes or pads on there. And then obviously you need a diff, you need an LSD, that's super important. You can't really get out there with an open diff. So you need to make sure you got some kind of LSD sorted out there. Viscous is gonna be enough for you to get the hang of it. And then obviously a welded or a 2-way, 1.5 way is definitely better. I prefer a 2-way. If you've got some money and you can get yourself one of those, definitely go for it. But with that, hope you enjoyed. Smash that like button, write us a comment, and I'll see you all in tomorrow's video. Peace out. Ja mata.